Governor Ron DeSantis, he has freshly announced his 2024 presidential campaign. Governor DeSantis, thanks for joining the show. Really appreciate it. Why don't we talk about the first 24 hours of this campaign, how you think it's gone so far? Obviously, there were some technical snafus.
Yeah, it was just a snafu. It was not that big of a deal. This is a nerd off, dude. They're having a mid off, brother. Ben Shapiro likes DeSantis because he's just as mid as Ben Shapiro. He's like, a lot of people think, foolishly, that they want to vote for a guy that they can have a beer with. I want a guy who's just as unlikable as I am. When I vote for someone, I want to make sure that they are unfuckable and unlikable.
But there were tons of people watching. 700,000 people were trying to log on at the very beginning. These are big numbers.
Yeah, and actually, talking on Twitter, there are actually very many more who couldn't even get to that part of the queue, and so it caused their system to basically melt down. Obviously, I made the announcement. I did a little bit of a riff to start, but then a lot of it was just talking about the issues facing the country and being able to answer questions that people had. We need to do more of that in this country. We're not here to be entertainers. We're here to be leaders. And ultimately, a leader is measured by what kind of results you're ultimately able to deliver. We've delivered great results in Florida because we focused on what matters to the people of the state. And I think we'd bring that same know-how to Washington to focus on what matters to the people of the United States.
So Governor DeSantis, obviously, Joe Biden has been doing a rather poor job. You're running to replace him. But standing in your way is a formidable rival. Former President Trump is the first Republican candidate to declare. So far, nobody's really laid a glove on him or drawn a strong contrast between themselves and President Trump. In sort of the national polling, he's up pretty significantly. So how do you see a difference between your candidacy, what you've been trying to do, your record, and President Trump?
Well, I think it's interesting because he's been attacking me by moving left. So this is a different guy than 2015, 2016.
This is so bad. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're going to convince the base of the Republican Party, the primary voters, that Donald Trump is actually a leftist. Hey, you fucking idiot. The reason why they liked him from the start and the reason why they still continue to like him is because, yes, unlike the regular Republican cardboard cutouts like Ron DeSantis, he sometimes will say shit like the fucking DC is corrupt. It's a swamp. Or he'll say things like, I bought all of these politicians when I was a billionaire. Or he'll say things along the lines of like, you're going to try to fucking cut Medicare and Social Security. If you literally think that those are leftist values and somehow the base of the Republican Party is going to look to that and go, whoa, you're right. We do need fiscal responsibility, actually. And we shouldn't be fucking voting for Donald Trump. You're the most delusional person I've ever met. That's why I laughed at Ron DeSantis fucking saying, I'm running to restore sanity and also to bring back fiscal responsibility. That's the first fucking thing he said when the Twitter space finally worked out. It is so incredibly dumb to think that in a post-Trump era in the Republican Party, if you want to win an election, especially a fucking Republican primary, you have to hold on to like age-old Republican tropes like fucking tort reform or fiscal responsibility. You're an idiot.
He attacked me for opposing an amnesty bill in the Congress. He did support this amnesty, this good lot too. 2 million illegal aliens he wanted to amnesty. I opposed it because that's what America First principles dictate, that you're opposed to amnesty.
This part is also fucking stupid. When asked, okay, and this is one of the most interesting things about like the American reactionary movement. Americans don't actually fucking hate like the individual immigrants in their lives. This is what's so shocking about it. 75% of Americans, is like similar to the abortion numbers, agree to amnesty, conditional amnesty, or pathways to amnesty for those who are already inside of the country that have been living here for 10 years, 20 years. It is a mind-numbing fact. When you hear about it, you're like, what the fuck? Really? No shot. I don't believe that. Yes, there are plenty of Republicans who literally agree to that. As a matter of fact, a lot of those Republicans agree to that because their fucking parents are undocumented and they've been living here. And now their children are Republicans. And I'm talking like parents who've been here for fucking 20 years, 30 years, and their kids who are now voting for the Republican Party 30 years, 40 years. The idea that like Donald Trump couldn't swing a bill like that and you could actually criticize him by saying he's woke and he's leftist is so stupid. Remember, Republicans own patriotism and they own strong border control. So they can get away with making actual fucking policy changes like Ronald Reagan did, who was the most successful, Republican in contemporary history, like someone that only Trump has been able to surpass in popularity. Ronald Reagan also did amnesty. You're fucking stupid if you think that like Republicans can't actually advocate for that. Just like Republicans can actually successfully advocate to, if they wanted to, which they never will, lower the military budget. Democrats can't do that because if a Democrat pushes for that, they're pussies, they're soy, they're fucking gay, and they want the they-them military to be even further diminished so that like our enemies overseas and domestic and foreign can come and fucking kill us. But a Republican could actually advocate for that. Why could they advocate for that? Because they already own patriotism. They already own the military. Donald Trump, for that reason, was able to literally eviscerate Hillary Clinton by saying he was against the Iraq War and Hillary Clinton wasn't. While simultaneously literally saying some of the most unhinged shit I've ever heard about a military veteran. He said, I like my war heroes to not be captured, about John motherfucking the Maverick McCain. That's it. If you can't comprehend how Donald Trump is able to get away with that, then you've lost the plot completely. Why do you care about John McCain? Are you fucking stupid? You think I like John McCain? First of all, I do like John McCain. That's actually true. John McCain dropped 4 American fighter jets in the Vietnam War. How many fighter jets did you drop? 0. John McCain is a based Ho Chi Minh thought following revolutionary secret Marxist. You are not. He's a fucking hero. Yeah, he was Uncle Ho Chi Minh's bravest warrior inside of the American military. He almost sunk an aircraft carrier too. Yeah, that was his only problem. He was not able to sink that American aircraft carrier. If he had done that, he would have been literally the GOAT. What, a Hasanabi classic?
On Monday.
Yeah, Donald Trump attacks George W. Bush on 9/11 and Iraq. Anyway, my point is this. He can get away with saying that. Partially, he can get away with saying that because a lot of the sentiment that he's expressing are sentiments that like Americans share, a broad majority of Americans share. He can get away with saying whatever the fuck he's saying about John McCain because the Republicans also own patriotism. So no matter what happens, you're not going to be able to fucking claim that a Republican is fucking woke. That's the one thing they have. It's the marketing that they've done for years and years and years, and it's stuck. That's why when Democrats run Amy McGrath or all these like fucking, veterans like Pete Buttigieg or veterans like John Kerry, for example, they will never be actual patriotic military members in the eyes of the broader majority, in the eyes of the fucking American public, because the American public doesn't care about that. They care about who's saying the things that is closely associated with patriotism. This is a good question. He was president and doesn't have that appearance of being an outsider anymore. Now, that's a really good question. The only way that Donald Trump would be able to maintain the presence that he's somehow fighting as an outsider is if the entirety of the Republican Party was somehow up in arms about him running again and was doing everything they can to stop him from running. On the one hand, he never lost in the eyes of his base because they stole it from him. He successfully avoided that question. And on the other hand, right now he can play the role of an outsider again by saying, look at the Republican Party. They're putting Ron DeSantis in front of me. They're rhinos. These fucking rhinos are trying their very best to put forward an institutionalist Republican who doesn't care about your best interest like I do. The GOP is like effectively giving Donald Trump an out to literally look like he is the outsider once again.
President, somebody like Fauci is in the government. I will bring them in and I will tell them 2 things. You are fired.
Oh, that's so lame. He used the Trump. Oh, God. He's still using Trump mannerisms, dude. That's so weak. You are so cucked.
Obviously, he speaks as a sort of law and order candidate, but we were all present for 2020, and the National Guard was not deployed despite massive rioting in America's major cities. You, as governor of Florida, actually took some pretty strong positions on crime, up to and including providing stipends for incoming police officers. Maybe you can talk about that a little bit.
Well, first of all, Florida's crime rate is at a 50-year low. That's just a fact, and it hit a 50-year low during my administration, but a lot of that is because local people, local government, local law enforcement done a good job. But it's hit a 50-year low while crime has been spiking in other places around the country.
That's literally a lie. Crime has been getting lower everywhere. Everywhere is a 50-year low, not just Florida, you fucking asshole. God damn it. It's so dumb. I hate this. It's so fucking stupid.
I had state law enforcement deployed. We work with our local partners. We said very clearly, you're not burning cities down here. We'll put a stop to it if it happens. And sure enough, it didn't end up happening. We've also enacted legislation to crack down on rioters with tougher penalties and to prevent local governments from defunding the police. But I think one of the things that we've seen is, under the Trump administration, he enacted a bill, basically a jailbreak bill. It's called the First Step Act. It has allowed dangerous people out of prison who have now reoffended and really, really hurt a number of people. So one of the things I would want to do as president is go to Congress and seek the repeal of the First Step Act. If you are in jail, you should serve your time.
Wait, what? Is he shitting on fucking Donald Trump's First Step Act? Like one of the only... Dude, it's like one of the good things that Trump allowed to happen that he signed into law.
One of the things I would want to do as president is go to Congress and seek the repeal of the First Step Act. If you are in jail, you should serve your time.
Yeah, that's insane. And it would never, I don't think it would pass because like Republicans literally voted for it. That's psychotic, dude. Oh my God. He's trying to run to the right of Donald Trump, not realizing that the Republican Party and the American right is literally just the right, or is just Donald Trump. Sorry. The American right is Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is the American right.
Well, look, I mean, I'm a blue collar kid. I started working for minimum wage. And I learned very early on, I'm not entitled to anything. You got to earn it in this world. And I think this nomination is something people have to earn.
Ron DeSantis's parents, I don't know what the fuck they've done. Like I can't find like what they like actually did, like what their jobs were. But he does lie about his background. He's like Florida, he's Jacksonville born through and through. But he will like routinely lie and claim that he actually has his heart in Ohio and Pennsylvania. And that he's like he's got middle America roots through osmosis, I guess, or through epigenetic memories.